Act 2, Scene 4 of Richard II is a very short scene which just sets up what's going to happen in Act 3 and beyond. Let's get straight into it. There are no sort of major characters on the stage. Instead, what we have is the captain, a captain, and the Earl of Salisbury. The Earl of Salisbury is loyal to Richard II, and effectively, what we have in this scene is the Lord Salisbury, the Earl of Salisbury, excuse me, who is responsible for maintaining an army in Wales, but he's struggling to maintain that army for a couple of reasons. Number one, they fear, the Welsh, the army there, fear that Richard II is dead because they haven't heard anything from him. No message has been sent from Ireland. And because they hear nothing, and because there are bad omens, because the sea is delivering messages and because the natural world is delivering messages, the army disbands, the army disperses, and the Earl of Salisbury struggles hugely to get them to stay. That's about it. The purpose of the scene being that we will be able to recognise how Richard II will be left completely isolated. His war in Ireland won't have been a complete success, and in leaving the country, he has gone and allowed Bolingbroke to seize England in many respects, or at least set about seizing England and claiming the throne. Though, of course, as it said in the last video, he's not there for the throne, is he? He's just there for his title, Duke of Lancaster. Nothing. He doesn't want to be the king at all. But it really does just sort of establish that Richard will return and have no power base on which to build. So, Captain, my Lord of Salisbury, we've stayed 10 days and hardly kept our countrymen together, and yet we hear nothing from the king. Therefore, we'll disperse ourselves. Goodbye. Stay, trusty Welshman. The king reposeth. He rests all his faith and confidence in you. Everyone thinks the king is dead. We will not stay. Look, all these declaratives. We will not stay. The bay trees in our country are all withered. Oh dear. The trees are dying. That's a bad omen, isn't it? And meteors fright the fixed stars of heaven. We're seeing meteor showers, Everything's not right. The pale-faced moon looks bloody on the earth, and lean-looked prophets whisper fearful change. Rich men look sad, and ruffians dance and leap, the one in fear to lose what they enjoy, the other to enjoy by rage and war. These signs forerun the death or fall of kings. Farewell, our countrymen are gone and fled. As well assured Richard, their king is dead. We believe he's dead. We believe it's all gone to pot. Goodbye now. We don't wish to die for no reason. Salisbury is left with, as it says on the right-hand side, a short soliloquy, depends on your teacher as to how they might have said it over the years. But Salisbury says, Richard, with the eyes of heavy mind, I see thy glory like a shooting star fall to the base earth from the firmament. The sun sets weeping in the lowly west, witnessing storms to come, woe and unrest. Thy friends are fled to wait upon thy foes, and crossly to thy good all fortune goes. So what's the impression that we're given? Richard is like a shooting star that has fallen to the base earth. And I think that's a reasonably straightforward message. But ultimately, Act 2, Scene 4, short scene, just to establish that Richard has no power base. He has no army. People think he is dead. The sea and the sky have turned against him. The trees have turned against him. He's very much alone from here on. That's it. Act 2, Scene 4. We'll leave it there, and we'll move on to Act 3. And we'll use and start with Act 3 in the lesson next week. Very much looking forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, work on some coursework and swat up on Act 1 and Act 2. Make sure you know what's happened as questions are likely to come your way to check your understanding. And now I click off the screen. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.